for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence. Waste of existence. We spend our life searching for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence. Waste of existence.
The sun is shining and the anxious earth is rising. Anxious earth is rising. I'm so happy.
Spend our life searching for the sense of belonging. Some people die before they fulfill their desires. Such a waste of existence.
Oh, hi. Whoops. Hey, Double Trouble here. Hey, Double Trouble channel, welcome to the stream. My name is Ron, and I'm here in rural New Hampshire, among all the forests and mountains and animals and stuff. And I stream science and a lot of different stuff. It's mostly science, sci-fi, things that require thought, basically, I guess, is ideas and thought. That's kind of the main theme, I guess. So, a surprise stream. I was surprised that it started. No, I wasn't surprised, but I didn't put it in the schedule. I don't think. I'm pretty confused at the way that Twitch's schedule program works, so I'm not sure if it was on the schedule or not. If you're watching this on the VOD, this is a pre-recording. Obviously, it's not something that's edited down for like your other YouTube videos. It's a live show, right? It's a live stream, and this is just a recording of it. Occasionally, I'll cut my streams down into a video and upload them to YouTube. I probably won't do that with this one. So if there's a particular part of this stream, like fixing my fan, that you wanted to see, that'll come up pretty soon here. Yeah, I just got home. I was out doing grocery shopping and stuff. Normally I only have to do that once a month, but I had to go out again because something got screwed up and I had to return something. So I had to drive all the way down there again today and came back. But on the way back, I saw a bobcat, so that was kind of cool. It was pretty far away, but I saw him. And he ran right in front of a guy on a bicycle, right in the opposite direction I was. Ran right in front of him, and he said the guy on a bicycle stopped and looked, and So the bobcats around here are huge. They're gigantic. They're like dogs, medium-sized dogs. They're huge. I don't know. I'm not going to do the fish story thing, but I mean they're huge. They're huge bobcats around here. I used to live in California. We had a bobcat around the house up there for a while, and they're like twice as big here at least. They're huge. Same with the coyotes. Coyotes around here are super huge and loud. They make a lot of noise at night. But today I wanted to finally fix my fan. I had been putting it off because I got to use this glue. This epoxy glue. It's an epoxy and a hardener. I forget which is which here. Let's see. Resin and hardener, A and B, or whatever. And this stuff is not good to breathe when it's curing. I mean, when you mix it and it's going through its thing, it makes some chemicals that are bad for you. And so, which means that I gotta open up the windows and put a fan in there and get a breeze blowing through so I don't breathe the fumes. Which means it can't be too cold outside. Yesterday it was raining. Today it got pretty warm. But right now it's 4 degrees out there, 4 degrees C. So it's dropping pretty quick. So I'm gonna get this started pretty quick here, so I don't freeze. But I think I can blow air through here as long as it's above freezing outside, and it won't be too bad. So I didn't check my. Let me check my sink here real quick. Little technical thing. All right. That's pretty close, right? Does that sound like it's in sync? Yeah, that's in sync. That's good. All right. Yeah, this little OBS program that a lot of streamers use is kind of temperamental. You never know when it's gonna stab you in the back, and so I gotta check that all the time. So let me. The other thing I wanted to do, in case you're trying to decide whether you want to watch the stream or not, if fixing the fan is, I think you guys know the story, right? I had a fan, one of these little fans. This is a air purifier that I built, and it's got this little fan, a CPU fan that I'm using to push air through this air filter thing. And I got my finger stuck in there, this finger here, and these fan blades just went right up underneath my fingernail, and it actually broke the fan blades off the fan when I did it. So I injured myself and I injured the fan. See, it's missing some doohickeys here. Some fan. So what I want to do, rather than throw this out, that's wasteful, right? And anytime you throw something out and buy something new, you're putting CO2 into the air and screwing up the planet. So we don't want to do that. We'd rather glue them back on there. I'm not sure what. I just used just a tiny bit of this little glue. So this little teeny this glue that I have here will make dozens and dozens of repairs. So this, I mean, even though this probably puts some CO2 in the air, I'm guessing that all the things that I fix with this glue, it's gonna balance better. So so that's what I'm gonna do. And the other thing was, while I was out there, I went to the Salvation Army store there, the thrift store. And I found this little light here. It was so weird, It's a recessed light. One of these things you put it up in the ceiling like that. But it's a real good deal. It's $4 for this thing, and it has adjustable color, so you can adjust the color of it. And so I thought I'd try to make that work. I'll do that on stream too. See if I can make this thing work. I don't know if it's going to work or not. And also, it says that it's adjustable color, but I think what it means is the color of the temperature. of the light. It's not like, you know, red, green, blue, that kind of color. It's like, you know, we'll make it more warmer or colder light. You know what I mean? I'm turning up my mic a little bit because I'm going to be walking around here a little bit. So I'll back off. I'll back off a little bit from the mic and turn it up. So that's the deal, right? Oh, I know why this is showing too, because I've got this up here. Hang on just a second. I pop out chat. Okay. And then what? I go here, I guess. Sorry, this is kind of a little key. I think streams. I'm kind of beginner, you know, on streams and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, you know, the beginnings of my streams sometimes are a little shaky till I get it going. All right, so I'll set this light aside for now, and after I get my fan fixed, which I've been waiting a long time to do, then we'll do this light. It's a really cool looking light too. It's this brushed nickel, you know. It's a really nice thing, you know, and I got it for $4, so that's a good deal. About once a month I'll buy, you know, a little thing, you know, so, you know, $2 or $3 thing, just to keep my sanity, you know. It's not fun being poor, you know, so you gotta try to pretend like you're doing something. All right, so let me. I'm gonna turn on another fan, a fan to push air through the house here real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that's going. Let me make sure the air is actually moving through here. Okay. All right, so so I got air blowing through here. I've got my fan. Let me kind of clear off some shit off the thing here. All right. So I guess what I'll do, I got to do this right here. So I'm going to move the keyboard over here for now. All right, so I'll point this down so you can see what I'm doing. So fixing a fan, that's what I'm doing. I'm fixing a fan. Got a fan I'm going to try to fix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the, make sure I've got everything here. Okay. I'm going to point the camera down. I don't have two cameras here. I mean, I have two cameras, but I don't think my CPU can handle that, you know, doing two cameras at one time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point the camera down, and then you can see what I'm doing to try to repair my fan. Ready? Here we go. Shoot. Hold on. Whoa! There we go. All right. Now I should probably adjust the focus, right? Let me see here. Focus. Let's see if we can make it focused. All right. No, that's not it. Huh. How come none of them are in focus? What did I do? Did I break something? Why is this not focusing? I don't have it zoomed in. Oh, that wasn't the focus. That was something else. Wrong control. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, that looks like it's doing something. Hey, all right. All right, that's pretty close, huh? And let me for some reason my camera is not is I'm gonna turn up the gain so that I can have a higher uh, exposure rate here, so it's not jumping around like that. All right, that's a little bit better. Oh, maybe I should have trimmed my nails. All right, all right, yeah, there we got it here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this stuff here, and I think it's warm enough. It's not real warm, but I think it's warm enough that I can squeeze it out. This stuff gets to the point where you can't even squeeze it out. I have to use a pair of pliers to squeeze it, but I only need just a little bit. And let me get my plan ready here because this stuff sets very quickly. So I've got 2 fan blades that I got to put on there. And I guess I need to look at which fan blade is which here. They look like they're almost the same, but they're I'm going to have to make them fit in there, right? Those broke almost the same way. Look at that. So that's going to be difficult for me. Let me put on another pair of glasses. These glasses are a little bit better. I really need close-up glasses for this. All right. It's going to be this way. And it looks like that one has more on it. So this one has less on it. I think that one. I think this one is this one. God, this is going to be hard. Maybe I should take this out. God, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to take the fan out of the thing. I think I can get it without it. Okay, that's in there. There might be another piece somewhere. Huh. I'm not really sure. I probably need to... it's going to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It always goes like that, doesn't it? Let me get a pair of pliers here. Alright, so I put a little bit of glue on here. Oh, shit, what do I do with that thing here? Alright, so I put a little glue on it. And then I'll try to get it in there. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It's worth a try, I guess. Okay, we can do it that way. And then I'll just glue it up there. Now this is going to add a little bit of weight, to the thing. Shit. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this fan out to do it. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Otherwise, I'm going to be struggling with this thing. Alright, I'm going to take the fan out. Alright. So, got to cut the fan out of here. I did use... Okay. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I think I used hot glue on this, so it should be pretty easy to cut. I don't know why this is... Yeah, this is just hot glue. Maybe what I could do is just heat it up with the heat gun and just pull it off that way. Can you see what's going on there? Yeah. Boy, this is not... no, it's going to be kind of a mess here. This is not... that fan going, blowing cold air in here, which is not good. It's 2 degrees out there now. Shit. Should start this sooner. Didn't get home sooner. Alright, there we go. Alright. One more time here. Use that stupid little light I just bought. That's what I'm doing here. Fit? Yeah, this one's a good fit, I think. I think that's the one that goes there. Okay, so let me do this. Let me start my thing here. So put some resin on here. Can you see that? First I squeeze out a little bit of resin. Damn, this is really hard. You have to use the pliers anyway on this thing. God damn, that's hard. Really squeeze that hard. All right. So that's the resin, and this is the hardener. It says hardener on it, right? So. And I only have 5 minutes to play around with this once I get it mixed. So I hope I get it right. Look, I'm having to squeeze this with both my hands here. You're supposed to use equal amounts. I don't know if that's equal. I'm guessing it's not critical, or else they wouldn't design it that way. It's where you just do it by eye or whatever. All right, then you mix it up. Okay, this can go out of the way, right? I don't need this bag here anymore. I don't need this here anymore. Right, that can go away. So mix it up. And so now I got 5 minutes. So about 6:30, I'm gonna be in trouble here. Oh shit! I got my blades mixed up again now. They're almost the same anyway. I think this is the one. Alright, so I'll put a little bit of glue on that. Doesn't have to be pretty, I guess. It's not, this is, after I get this done, I think I'm going to try to hide it somewhere so I don't do this again. Don't whack my finger with it again. Alright, so now we got to try to get it in there. Maybe I can put a little bit of glue on that too, huh? I don't know if you're supposed to do both surfaces. I think sometimes they tell you to do both surfaces. Of course, I didn't read the directions. I read them the first time I used it, but I forget now. I forgot what I did with the instructions. So, all right. But I do remember all the dangerous, danger, don't breathe the fumes and all that. I got a pretty good breeze going through here, so I think this is going to work. I think I'm going to be in any trouble. All right, let me smooth that out of the way now and try to get this going. I think what I'm going to have to do is turn it up vertical so that I've got gravity holding this, helping to hold this in place. Otherwise, it's going to be pulling this sideways. Right? Gravity will be pulling it down. I should probably put a piece of tape or something on it too, huh? I don't know. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Yeah, I should probably put a piece of tape on the... I should tape the blades from moving around the fan, and I should probably use a piece of tape on each blade that I put on there. Let's see here. It's probably easier to work with. Metal tape, and I think it'll actually is what I'm looking for here. It's light, but it's strong and all that stuff. This is metal, like, what do they call it? I think it's metal tape, I guess is what they call it, right? For ventilation systems and all that, to seal them and all that. That's what this is for. So it works pretty good for this kind of stuff. And I only need a little bit. Well, first I need something to put this damn thing in place so it doesn't keep wiggling around on me, right? Do that. That's pretty good. Okay, let me take a little piece for this. So I've got about 2 minutes left. All right. I'm going to get another pair of glasses too. These glasses that I was using were a little bit better than those other ones, but this is close work. This I got to really take a look at here. I should probably have a stronger light too. I don't know what's wrong with that light. Doesn't seem like it's very strong. All right, so can we see this here? Yeah, you can see it. Starting to set, so I might not be able to do this. This is looking like it's going to be a big challenge here, man. I don't know. Just take there and put that in place, and then see if I can get it to. All right. The camera's still really slow, isn't it? Okay. That's how it's got to go. Like that. Yeah, this might not work. Might not work. It doesn't feel like it's fitting in there. No, really. Gotta be about like that. But I don't see that it's. That looks a little bit better, but it's not lined up right. Yeah, I think you're supposed to use gloves too, but I didn't do that. Let's see here. About where it should be. Alright. Huh. That looks about right, doesn't it? Okay. I was gonna try turning this real quick just to see if they're lining up or not. So it's right about there. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. Perfect. Wow. Okay. That's surprised. Was not expecting that to fall into place so easily. There's a little bit of a crack on the side there, but if I just give it a little bit of a push there. Yeah, it's off just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. that'll be pretty good, I think. Let me put a little bit more glue in there. I don't know if that's going to be, yeah, but, you know, I'm just going to leave it. I could put a little bit more on there, but I don't want to put too much glue on here because then it'll be, you know, it'll wobble, you know. So that one worked okay. But now my glue's getting too dry for the next one, I think. Let me see if I can get enough glue on here. That's still kind of good. It actually it takes longer when it's colder, so I guess I'm okay that it's kind of cold in here. You know, it's not really warm. You know, just like most chemical reactions, right? They do better when it's warm, right? So if it's cold, then it takes longer curing time for glue. You know, usually. Okay. Oh, I got part of the. See that right there? That part right there. That's part of the PCB board for the fan. I don't want to get glue all over that, so that was kind of gotta be careful of that. All right. I don't know. A little bit more glue. Now make sure I don't knock the other blade off while I'm trying to put this one on here. There you go. Shit. This actually might work. I thought you know, when I started doing this, when I first started trying to put these on here, it seemed like it wasn't going to work. But there, that's about where I want it, right? Right there. So let me get some tape here. Where did my tape go? Tape. I had two pieces of tape there. Meanwhile, that glue was getting past its shelf life here. It's not shelf life, but all right. Let me do the other one because that kind of worked. And now the cure time is different than the set time. You know, on glue. Or whether the set time is different than the cure time. So the 5 minute is the set time. To cure it takes like 24 hours or something for it to actually get as hard as it's supposed to get. That looks like it might be a little too far out of whack, so I'm going to get a little bit more in here. Can you see what's going on here? I'm trying to keep this in view. There we go. Yeah, I think it's in there. Put it off a little bit. I don't think this is going to work. It's, it's not going to have the same whatever cubic feet per minute or whatever it's cubic meters per minute or whatever. Does it say in here how many cubic? No, from that kind of a fan. Sometimes they'll say how many cubic feet per minute. In the U.S., that's what they use. They say cubic feet per minute. But I think that's going to work. I think I just need to let that cure. That looks as good as new, right? Doesn't it? Almost. I got enough room in between there, if you can see that. See where the blades go? Yep, there. See, you can see right there. See, it's got enough room, so it's not going to hit, as far as I can tell. And it seems to be about the same, all over. And they're stuck in there. When I look at the seam here, it looks like they're still there. So, okay, I'm just going to leave this, set this aside somewhere where it won't make too much. Let's see, it's got to be somewhere warm, doesn't it? Okay. All right, we did it. All right, we did it. We got the thing glued. It's amazing. I don't know how I did it. Oh, I got to take this. This is my glue here. What did I do? I clicked something that I shouldn't have clicked. All right. Okay. I'm going to take this extra glue and put it outside or something, so this that I was using for my glue, because I don't want the fumes from this to continue to come in here. Put that outside. All right, so I'm going to let that fan run a little bit. I've got a fan blowing air through here, but it's 1.7 degrees C outside right now. So we're still not freezing. So I can still run the fan, I guess. I don't know. Okay, that worked out okay, I guess. We'll see. Tomorrow, or whenever I do my next stream or whatever, when I get the thing working again, I'll show you guys that it actually works. There we go. Now I can see what's going on. All right. Okay. Next project. How long have I been streaming for? 45 minutes? Ooh, that got us a long time. This other one I don't think will take that long. Let me put some stuff away here. Okay, I think we got the right tools here. Oh, we got another tool. All right, so here's the plan. Project number 2. Oh shit, I've got some glue on the thing here. Oh god, look what I did. All right, so project number 2 is going to be the light. All right, get the light. And this is supposed to be one of the, I just want to see how this thing works right now. I'm not actually installing it or anything. I don't know where I would put it. You know, I'm renting this place, so I probably can't put holes in the wall. They probably wouldn't like that. So, but this is one of those things that, you know, you're supposed to you got a hole in the wall about this yay big, and then you flip these things up like this, right? And then push this through the wall, and then they snap back onto the wall and hold it in place, you know. And then when you want to take it back out again, you just pull on it, and it will, you know, come up. These things will flip back up again, and you can pull it out. And the cool thing about this is it has a little adjustable thing here, right, for adjusting it. You can turn it off or all the way, you know, different. It's got red and blue on here, but when I looked at the color temperatures, it's like 2700 to 5000, which is not like blue and red, right? It's maybe yellow and white. You know, it's we'll see what it looks like when I get it going. And it has this a junction box here, you know, the 3 doohickeys for the, you know, for hooking it to mains. And I'm not gonna plug it in. I just found an old thing here, an old plug. This is the kind of plug that they use in the U.S., you know. And so I'm just gonna cut this to get the wires out. Let me point this down again so you can see what I'm doing, right? Still streaming. Everything looks all right. Good. Okay. So I'm just gonna trim this. I should probably use a wire stripper, but you know how I am. I just use a wire cutter. And I'm just, you know, real careful with it. If I mess up, I'll just do it again. Right? Put my other glasses back on again. Yeah, don't grow old. If you have a choice, don't grow old. Stay young for your whole life. Let's see. Yeah, they might actually come up with ways to do that. Actually, in the future, right? We might have some youth thing, fountain of youth, drug or treatment or whatever. I don't know. Now, the best we got right now is be vegan and get exercise, and don't listen to the CDC, and you'll be all right. All right, there we go. Okay, and look at that. Red. It's got red, white, and white, black, and just like we have on the thing, huh? Oh, that's long enough. Maybe, I don't know. There's this kind of connector here. I've never even worked with those connectors before. All right, so, okay, so I look at the other end of this plug. It's not plugged in, just to double check. And then what I'm going to do, get a little bit wider angle here so you can see what's going on. So, all right, I'm going to plug. Oh, I know what I need to do. All right, never assume that the manufacturer did their color codes right on their wiring. You know, always double check, because I found where it didn't work. You know, where they had it wrong. So always check that. So I've got my meter, and I'm going to check this cable to make sure it's wired properly. Okay. Okay, make sure my meter works. Okay, meter works. Okay, let's make sure there are no shorts first. Okay. Okay, there are no shorts. Okay. Make sure we get continuity where it's supposed to go. That's the ground. God, I hate these. All right. That's ground, and it says it's got it. And this is which is which here now? Oh, they don't have one wider here. No, one is going to be one, and one's going to be the other, right? Okay, close enough. All right, so we got continuity. It looks like they got it wired right. Let's see if we can wire it right. So we put the ground, safety ground. I don't know how these things work. I guess you just shove them in there, right? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how this is supposed to work. I think maybe I'm supposed to put another piece onto it or something. I just want to see if this is going to run, if this is going to work at all. Right. This is not a permanent thing. Okay, just don't yank on that. Okay. All right, so I think that's okay as long as they don't wiggle it around too much. And then it says you're supposed to unplug this. This is the, you know, you got this thing here. It should be under here. So I got this is the junction box. This is mains, right? Pretend like this is just mains, and then this is a cable that comes out of the junction box and runs up to a connector that little connector that connects to the light through the little adjuster here. I wonder how that does that. This is LEDs, so it's only 9 watts. All right, so it says to hook it to mains first, then plug this in. That's what the instruction said, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to plug this in and make double check. Black to black, white to white, green to green. Got a junction box. I don't see any bare wires except for the ground. So, all right, I think we're okay. I'll plug that in. Okay, and it's no sparks. That's good. All right, so now I will plug in. You see that? I will plug in the light. I'll turn it off first. Oh, there's no off. Okay, there's no off. All right, so we're just going to plug it in. And hopefully this is not going to spark or anything when I plug it in. Oh, there we go. The light came on when I plugged it in. Here's the light. Anything. See the light? Yeah, you can see the light. Okay, so I plugged it in and the light came on. So that's good. Got that much anyway. All right, that's overloading my thing there. Okay. So now we'll see what color. This is supposed to be red. I've got it on red here. And that's what it's doing to me. That's what it's giving me here. Is that color. Is that too bright? Yeah, that looks kind of yellowish a little bit, doesn't it? So now I'll crank it up to blue, or to 5,000 slowly. One click at a time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 different settings, I guess. Here's the lowest setting, and that does look like a warm light to me. I don't know. Your monitor may vary. To me, it looks kind of yellowish, warm light. And 1 click, 2 clicks. 3 clicks, 4 clicks. So it's 5 different settings, and that does look a lot whiter. You know, it's not. I thought when I bought it, I thought it was colored lights. I thought it'd be fun, but it's how much warmth, right? So it's still pretty good. I mean, it's, you know, this would be good if you're doing you know, making videos or something like movies or shorts or something like that, and you needed a cheap you know, light source, because that's what they do. You know, but they pay thousands of dollars for their lights, and they're a lot more powerful and everything. But they have adjustable lights, you know. But it's, I'm sure it's not like, I'm sure it's infinitely adjustable. This one only has five different positions, but that's pretty cool, I think. So here, what I'll do is let me make sure I don't bump anything, electrocute myself or anything. I don't see anything exposed on this thing. So what I'll do is I'll light myself with this light. Oh man, that is pretty bright, isn't it? Let me put it back a little bit. So there's a warm light. I'll adjust my camera too. Now my camera has a color white balance on it too, which I don't. Let me see what I have it set to. I have it set at 47. So this is going to look pretty warm. And then when I click it higher, you know, that's the highest. So that's probably more, you know, closer to what the white balance would, you know, what I've got it set for here. Let me put this up to 5,000. Okay, so that's my camera is set at 5,000. And this light is set at 5,000. So I don't know if that's the right color or not. Put my other glasses on so I can see the monitor. All right. That looks about right. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? For all this cheapo stuff I got. All right, let me turn down the gain just a little bit more on this guy. Or here, I'll turn down the exposure time. So that looks about right. Still a little overexposed, maybe. I don't know. I've got, you know, New Hampshire winter pale here, so it looks about right. I am overexposed or underexposed, I guess, to light. I don't know. All right, so now leaving my camera at 5,000, I'll turn this down to 2,700, one click at a time. 1, 2, okay. So that's much, much warmer, and it's yellow, right? So now let me adjust my white balance on my camera to 2700 slowly. So there's 5000. Is that changing? Can you see it? That's 4000. That's 3000 almost. And there's 2700 right about there. Now that looks quite different than the than the other one when I had them. This looks blue, doesn't it? So I may have something else going on here. Tilt. Let's see if there's anything else here. Saturation. You can back that off a little bit. No, it's not even doing anything. Huh. Well, this looks kind of blue, and I think that's just because of the white balance, the way the white balance works on my camera. So let me pump my white balance on my camera up a little bit. Yeah, it's still kind of... Alright, so let me turn this back up to 5000. Now I probably don't want to leave it at 5000 if I'm actually going to use this as lighting for myself. Okay, there's 5000 on the camera. That gives a better overall result because it's overexposed, right? But you can tell I've got the colors are much closer to where they should be, at least on my $10 monitor here. I'm looking at three different places here, and it's still a little bit yellow. And the complaint was on this camera that I'm using, this Logitech camera, was that it did have a color balance problem on the camera itself built into it. It comes out kind of yellow. But if I back off a little bit on the white balance, get down to 4500, then it takes care of that yellow. I also have a light over here, like pink or blue or reddish pinkish kind of light that's going to mess things up a little bit too. So back exposure time down. Put less gain. There we go. Wow. All right, that's pretty cool actually. So let me click the light again. Click. It's a little bit warmer. Huh. That's pretty cool. You know what's weird on this light? I guess I shut this off now. Oh, when I shut it off, it took a while for this to change. So they've got some sort of long persistence phosphor in there. Here, let me show you that. I don't know if you can see that here. All right, still plugged in. Don't want to short out to that. So I turn this light on. Now watch how I'm going to unplug it, and I'll tell you when I unplug it, and then watch how long it takes for that light to cool down. 1, 2, 3. There. See that? And it's still going a little bit. The phosphor on that thing is really long persistence, and they probably had to do that to make it so they could tune it like that. Huh. It's kind of neat, actually. It's kind of a neat thing. So that was cool. All right, now I got to go back to my regular old lighting here. Adjust my camera back. some gain. I don't want the exposure time too long, so we'll just do more gain. A little bit of brightness. There we go. Is that good? That's close, huh? Yeah, up on this side, I've got a light that's kind of a reddish, pinkish color or whatever. There we go. And my key light's up on this side. And you can see way back here, I don't know if you can see that. Way back in the back is my, I have a highlight light back here that I don't have on right now, so because I really didn't care. Way back in the corner there. Right. Let's see. There. See that light up there? Right there. That's a light. That's my key light. Okay, I'm going to shut that fan off because it's starting to get cold in here now. So hang on just a second. Be right back. Okay. Oh, let me make sure my audio is still working. Yeah, it appears to be working still. I don't wear these headphones because I have them plugged in directly to the computer that I'm working with, but this computer is so slow. The process of the video is so slow. It takes about 400 milliseconds or so to process the video and send it out, that I have to delay the audio in order to get them synced up. You know what I mean? So this is what I hear. I'll let you hear what I hear when I have the headphones on when I'm talking. Okay, so this is what I'm hearing when I'm talking. How does that sound to you? Can you hear that? I hear this. I hear myself talking about a half second after I actually talk. So it's not good. It's better than my monitor. I monitor on another computer the actual stream as if I was a viewer. And I'll let you hear what that sounds like. So when I talk, it sounds like this. So it's delayed about 2 seconds. No, more than 2 seconds. 4 seconds, about 4 seconds. So yeah, it's hard to get this stuff. If I had a computer that could process the video really fast, then I could just listen to it all the time, and it wouldn't even be a big deal. You know what I mean? I would just be able to listen to. Could just have the headphones all the time and monitor it and all that kind of stuff. But I still wouldn't know that it's going out. It's kind of confusing. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the technical stuff. You probably don't want to hear that. All right, so I fixed my fan. Oh, don't forget to vote. If you're watching this on a VOD somewhere, don't forget to vote. Oh, that's not it. Oh shit. Yeah, you got to vote for what my next stream will be. I don't think I'm gonna get enough votes to make it statistically good, but yeah, if you can vote for the, I'll put it up here. The thing. Oh boy! All right, let me move this over, and oh, I don't have it in here. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so I think that's it. Can you see that? What is it? Oh, no, that's my chat. Okay, well, that's not. That's the wrong thing. Don't pay attention. That's my chat. Let's see here. Um, there we go. So I have three choices. I want to do a big stream where I plan it out ahead of time and do a real good job on it. And so these are the choices. I can review the movie Cloud Atlas, which was made in 2018, I think, or something like that. 2012. I can do a review of that. It's a big movie. And if you want to watch the review, you got to watch the thing first. Oh, hey, I got a chatter. Hi, Swiss R. Aloha. How are you? I saw you about a week or so ago. I saw you went live, and I clicked on it, and you were already gone by the time I got to your stream. Let me give Swiss R a shout out here. If I can do that, shout out. Oh boy, this is confusing. Sorry, I'm trying here. All right, let's try one more time here. Shout out, everybody! Make sure you get over to Twitch if you're watching this on a VOD. Get over to Twitch and give Swiss R a follow because they do some really cool IRL stuff. You're welcome. You're welcome, Swiss R. Yeah, thank you for coming to this stream. This is another lame stream for me again. Today I fixed the fan that I had broken, and I hope it works. And I had just bought this little light at the thrift shop, and I was playing with it to see, and it's pretty cool. It was worth the $4 I paid for it. So so that was pretty cool. We hooked that up, but it was just a short stream, just to, you know. I've been trying to fix that fan for a long time and haven't been able to do it for various reasons, and so today we did it, and hopefully I got it right. Every once in a while I'll do a fix it, craft or mostly electronic stuff, trying to fix things, stuff like that. But what I'm doing now is I'm trying to figure out what to do on my next. I want to do a real stream where I actually get put some time into it, and plan it out ahead of time and do a real stream out of it. And the thing that I want to do, I have three choices. One would be Cloud Atlas, to review the movie Cloud Atlas, which is a big sci-fi movie. So it'd be kind of hard to explain. It would be a long stream trying to explain that movie. And then the second thing you could vote for is how does the drinking bird work? You've seen the drinking bird before. It's this thing here, right? This bird. You have a little cup of water here, and it just keeps going and going and going, and it drinks water all by itself, without electricity or anything. And so I would explain how that works in detail. And the third choice would be just explain how the internet works. It's something I know something about, so I thought I could explain that. And I went on YouTube, and like the first half dozen videos I went to were just bad. They were wrong, and just weren't good at all. So I thought, okay, it's something that's needed. So that would be the other thing. If people wanted to know how the internet works, I could explain that. So those are my three choices. So if you want to go ahead and vote, you can vote. I don't have a poll. I don't know how to set up a poll. I think I need to be an affiliate or something to do the poll, because I typed in all the commands for poll and it doesn't seem to work yet. So I think I need to be affiliate to do that. But it's just kind of an informal thing. So if you let me know, anybody, if you're watching this on the VOD or anything, just like if you're on YouTube, type it into the comments on YouTube. Wherever, let's see, Swiss R says, did you know about the www at CERN Geneva back when the internet started? Yes, I did. The guy, Ted Nelson, you know who Ted Nelson is? He's the guy who talked about the Xanadu project and taking the internet, starting up the HTTP protocol. Well, he didn't call it HTTP at all at the time. But yeah, I met him once, actually. I actually met him before I knew who he was fully, you know, how significant he was. But yeah, I met him, and so I was there. I did my first website in 95, I think 94, 95. I did my first website. And I've just been doing it ever since. And I was into computers long before that. I was into computers in the late 70s. So I know a little bit about this stuff. I know the history of it a little bit. I was actually kind of late getting into the internet because they had universities hooked up and stuff like that in the 70s to the internet, early 70s even. And I actually worked on a computer in a university, but I didn't know that much about computers at that time, and I didn't know what the internet was at that time. But anyway, obviously I've had an interest in it for a long time. And the big deal on that, I'm explaining how the internet works, is okay, Swiss R, thanks for tuning in to the stream. Appreciate it. So yeah, the thing with the internet is how detailed to do it, right? How much detail to put into it. You know, if I get into lots of technical details, then it would be really, really long. I mean, it would take, you know, hours and hours and hours to do it, and people would probably be bored with it. But if I just kind of do it, if I do it too, you know, just an overview, then I'm not really explaining stuff. You know, it might be stuff that people already know. So I'm not sure how I could do that. But it looks like we're probably going to end up with Cloud Atlas as the big one. I don't know. But yeah, if you're on the VOD and you're watching this on the VOD on Twitch or in YouTube, if you're on YouTube, you can just type it into the comments, or you can give me a whisper or whatever they call it, you know, private message or whatever, however you want to do it. And if you're on Twitch here, you can just send me a whisper if you want to vote for any of those. But I'm thinking, yeah, it'll probably be Cloud Atlas. We'll see. And I think it'll be my next stream. I don't know. I might do another stream before then. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because it's going to take a long time to really think of how to explain that. Yeah, and all of these actually would take quite a bit of planning. And Drinking Bird, there's so much to that thing. This little bird here. There's so much to it seems like a simple little thing, you know. But it covers almost every aspect of science and physics and everything. It would take a long time to explain how this little guy works. I can actually make it work without. Watch this. See the liquid going up in the thing? You see that? See the liquid going up the throat of the guy? So when it gets all the way to the top, then it makes the guy top heavy and he falls over, and it empties, and it just keeps repeating like that. So, but there's a lot more to it than that. So, all right, so I better get going here. I've been on for a long time here, an hour 20 minutes. That's not too long, but all right. Let's see. All right, so make sure you follow me. Yeah, follow me. Let me type in something here for the chat people to see. Oh shit, that didn't work. I typed in the wrong place. All right, let me try harder. Rap. I typed rap, and that should print out stuff. There we go. So those are links. If you're on Twitch right now or on the VOD for the Twitch VOD, you can look at chat. Those are my links, all my links at YouTube. And if you're at YouTube, yeah, you can see my videos at KXQE on YouTube. And if you're watching my VOD, you probably already know that I'm at doubletribble-yt at the YouTube. And then these are the links for the can you read that? Yeah. Those are my links. There we go. Now you can twitch.tv/doubletribble. That's on Twitch. And then YouTube, youtube.com/@doubletribble-yt. And then edited videos are at youtube.com/@kxqe. There you go. All right. Thank you for stopping by and watching. Thank you for watching on the VOD. If you're watching, make sure you hit follow, or on YouTube it's called subscribe, and like it. Put comments in. that helps. So, all right, appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody take care. Oh, one more thing. Gotta remind everybody. Make sure you wear your N95 mask. A lot of people are dying, so make sure you wear your N95 mask. Make sure it says N95 on it. It's got to say N95, and it has to say NIOSH, N-I-O-S-H, in capital letters on it. Has to have straps that go all the way around behind your head. If it has straps that just go around your ears, that's no good. That's not an N95 mask, and it may not protect you as well. So make sure you use the N95. Make sure it says N95 on it. Because these masks are designed with special material that can grab onto the little particles that have the virus on it. They're specially designed to get those small particles. And a cloth mask or some other mask, doesn't work as good. So make sure and you got to wear the mask whenever you're in public, whenever you're around other people. And even if you're young and you think that you might not die from COVID, you might catch COVID and then spread it to an old person like me, and then I would die, right? You don't want me to die, do you? Maybe you do. But generally you don't want old people to die, do you? So you can save a life by wearing this. Might save your own life by wearing this. You're 3 times more likely to die from not wearing one of these masks than you are to die from not wearing a seatbelt. That's how dangerous it is to go without a mask right now. So everyone, please wear a mask. And even if for every person that dies from COVID, there's over 200 people a day dying from COVID and flu right now. For every person that dies from COVID, there's another 10 or 12 people who get very, very sick, and so sick that they are disabled for a long time. So make sure you wear your mask. All right, everybody. I'm going to go now. Everybody take care. Bye.